Hey guys, good morning and welcome to today. I actually feel very, very good. I mean, you have no idea why I'm feeling so good. To be honest with you, having these cup matches is synonymous to having an examination, like having an examination week where, your strength, everything about you will be thoroughly tested. You'll be tested on things that you don't even know, you know. So when the examination week is over, you feel a certain relief. That's how I'm feeling right now. I can't remember the last time I went 3, 4 days without winning, but it always happens during these cup matches. Look at AC Milan losing to Roma, right? AC Milan if that was a league game, AC Milan would have beaten Roma. But just to show you that when it comes to these cup matches, you really cannot blame yourself because different teams have different priorities. Look at Liverpool playing. I think the game ended 1-0, right? Yeah, the game ended 1-0. Who would have thought? That's a game many people played, both teams to score even 2.5 goals. So I'm so relieved. And I think for another 3 weeks, for those of you who joined, let's say last month, you saw how we were winning. But the very moment these cup matches began, it became a mess. And no more cup matches for I think another 2 or 3 weeks. So let's recover. This is the period for recovery. Let's recover and become profitable once again. I appreciate you guys for the cooperation, for the belief, for still believing and knowing that this is the right channel for anybody who wants to make consistent money on sports betting. So today we've put together 4 matches that give 3 odds. Okay, so 4 high risk games that give 3 odds. But the truth of the matter is that these are league matches, and as long as I have done thorough analysis on the match, I'm usually able to tell how these matches will go if there are league games, right? And this is something I'm really, really good at. So without wasting time, let me quickly take you guys through the game. So the very first game is from the Germany Bundesliga. It's a game involving Eintracht Frankfurt and Augsburg. So 5 matches played, Eintracht Frankfurt has only lost once in their last 5 matches. And you look at the game they lost, right? As you can see, it was a Europa Conference League fixture. So that was the game they lost. And it's understandable. You expand again to 10 games and they've lost twice. And the game they lost as well was a club friendly at the start of the year. You expand to 15 matches and they lost twice. So first, they lost again in the Europa Conference League, which is understandable. They also lost to Stuttgart, which is a team that is currently position 2. I think position 2 or position 3 on the table. So they lost to a team in the top 3, which is understandable. So you expand again to 20 games, and they have only lost once in the league. And this was the only game that they lost in the league. They've only lost once in the league, the entire season, right? They've only lost once in the league the entire season when playing at home. Then you check this Augsburg team, and Augsburg has only won twice away from home, and they have lost twice away from home and have drawn once. Head to head shows that this is a fixture that Eintracht Frankfurt usually dominates whenever they play at home. They've only lost once at home to Augsburg in their last 5 meetings. It's also important we check their standings to fully understand what this game would mean for both teams. So when you check their standings, you see that Eintracht Frankfurt is position 6, and then you have Augsburg at position 7. Eintracht Frankfurt is trying to qualify for Europe. Typically, this is a team that qualifies for the Champions League or the Europa, but I think they want to try and see if they can at least grab the Europa spot. And then you have Augsburg that is just a position below. So what am I driving at? The point I'm trying to make is giving Eintracht Frankfurt excellent form because losing just once at home the entire season, I don't think that's a fluke. I don't think that's a fluke. It shows they're a team with quality, right? And look at the team they lost to. They lost to Stuttgart, a team that is in the top three. So what that means is we are dealing with a quality team at home when playing in the league. Unlike this Augsburg team that has lost, look at the number of losses in 10 games. They've lost a lot. Only 3 wins in 10 away matches, not good enough. So I'm double chancing Eintracht Frankfurt. I'm double chancing. It's a game that is going to end in a draw. For those of you who like to play draw matches, you can go for this. It's going to end in a draw or a slight win for Eintracht, but I'm tilting more to a draw. And the odd for Eintracht Frankfurt to win or draw is 1.33. The next fixture is from the France national. It's a game involving Red Star and Dijon. Red Star is another team that has been very, very excellent at home. 5 games, they haven't drawn they haven't lost any in 5 matches. You expand to 10 games and they haven't lost any game in 10 matches. You expand to 15 games, and the last time they lost a game was at the start of the season, which was in August. So they've gone the entire season without losing. And the game they lost was even a club friendly. It wasn't a proper competitive game. It was just a club friendly. You take a look at Dijon away from home. Dijon has lost 4 times and drawn once away from home. You expand. So in 10 matches, they've only won 3 times and they've lost, I think, 6 or so. Interestingly, head-to-head shows Red Star always dominates. But in the context of the season, we need to look at standings. And when you look at the standings, you see that Red Star is trying to wrap up the league. Red Star is position 1, 62 points. The second place team can still catch up if Red Star doesn't push harder. So I think they want to win the league as quickly as possible and rest off for the rest of the year. So we are double chancing Red Star, a team that hasn't lost at home the entire season. Again, it's no fluke data. That's not something you can overlook. So we are double chancing Red Star to win or draw at odds of 1.22. The next fixture is from the Ireland Division 1. It's a game involving Wexford and UCD Dublin. So Wexford, as you can see here, 5 matches, 4 out of their last 5 matches have produced 2 or more goals when they've played at home. The UC Dublin team, 4 out of their last 5 matches have produced 2 or more goals when they've played away from home. And interestingly, head to head, the last 5 meetings shows that this is a fixture that has produced 2 or more goals or 2.5 goals when they've played together. So what are we driving at? This is a game that will produce over 2 goals in 90 minutes. So we are going with the prediction of over 1.5 goals. And the odd for over 1.5 goals is 1.34. And finally, we have this team, which is Roda in the Graafschap from the Netherlands Eredivisie. So you have this Roda team too, excellent team at home, no losses in 5 matches, 10 matches, not a single loss, 15 games, and the last time they lost a game was when they played Willem 2, and Willem 2 is, I think they are currently position 1, if I'm not mistaken, on the table. So Willem 2 is position 1. So they lost to a team that typically is in the top 2 or top 1. And the entire season, they've only lost once to the top place team in the league. This the Graafschap team, 3 losses, 1 win, and 1 draw. Head to head shows that Roda has only lost once in 5 meetings to this the Graafschap when they've played at home. It's also important we check their standings to see who will need the game more. So Roda position 2, they can still win the league. It's within their grasp, as you can see here. The Graafschap is position 6. They don't really have anything they're playing for, so to speak. I think they are comfortable. But Roda needs this game more to see if they can challenge Willem 2 for the top spot. So again, what are we predicting? We are double chancing Roda. Roda will win or draw this fixture in 90 minutes. And interestingly, the odd for Roda to win or draw this fixture in 90 minutes, as you would expect, is 1.30. And of course, you have your booking code. It should give a total of 3 odds. And I just want to wish you guys nothing but the absolute best with these matches. Thank you very much for the trust. And see you guys on the flip side.